Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually kind of what I want to talk about next is, have you guys added members to your team? And if so, like, what is the process to bringing in new members to your guys' teams?
Yeah, it's someone who just did that. I can go ahead, or you can go ahead.
Go for it.
That we just, I would say maybe 3 weeks ago, brought on board Cotton. He is no stranger to our communities by any means. He also streams Escape from Tarkov and pretty much every other shooter under the sun. But that wasn't the reason that we brought him on board, wasn't the similarities in what he broadcasts. It was the way that he interacts with his community. That is the defining characteristic, I would say, of any of us, is that we are not having a good time unless our community is having a good time. It wasn't a successful cast unless like everybody is, really like having a good laugh. If there weren't really funny moments, then you kind of messed up that day. You know what I mean?
Chat thinks I'm there to entertain them. No.
It's just the way that he is able to create this atmosphere of just hanging out is incredible, and it's something that we all really respect from him, and it just made the decision really, really clear. So and it was one of those things like he wasn't happy in the situation that he was in, and he had changed his situation to not be in a stream team at all anymore. And like we had discussed as a team ages ago that we would like to have him on board, but he joined this project that didn't work out for him. And so we always just kept him in mind. And I don't think even back then that we were necessarily ready. There was a lot of things that we felt we needed to, as a 4-man group, accomplish before it was even worthwhile to bring someone on board, because we recognize the fact that like it's really important to be able to offer something in return for somebody's commitment.
Right.
Because we do demand a commitment. You know what I mean? Like there is that clear set in stone, line in the sand. Like you're crossing this line, there are certain things that we expect from you, but in the best of ways. And he's gone above and beyond doing that, and it's been a pleasure having him on board. And then as far as like moving forward is concerned, there are, there's certain like criteria that we discuss. I think for us in general, I think it's really important that the person, like, because when we formed, one of our members wasn't a partner. P-Bro, I think at the time was averaging like maybe like 30 or so viewers. I think that maybe like one of the things actually, Lowco, that he was on it was a while ago that he was on the stream scene, but it was like during his like path to partnership, and he has absolutely like flourished since then. And
nice.
I think the team has had an awesome impact on that. Now he has, a gigantic community, and has really, built into the kind of broadcaster that we all knew that he was. He needed that kind of that structure. That was like one of the things that he was just missing, was that structure for him.
Sure.
And it worked out really great. But I think moving forward, I think we would want somebody who is like a full-time broadcaster, for the sake that there's something a little bit like more on the line at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's that extra hunger and drive when you are literally paying all of your bills with podcasting. And I think, it's not even for the sake that like, that it's like this, it's not for the sake of necessity. It's just like, we want that drive. That is the drive that we're after, no matter how it transpires. Right.
Sure.
So,
I don't want to bring somebody onto the team and just, like hope that they coast.
Right.
That's not what we're about.
Overall, the big thing to think about, real big lesson, expanding doesn't mean growth.
Yes, absolutely true.
Expanding doesn't mean growth, people. You don't just have a better team because you've got more people or bigger people. Doesn't mean crap.
Yeah.
You are only a team when you work as a team. And if you don't work as a team and you've got 30 people who are the top 100 streamers, who gives a shit? You're not a team.
Yep.
So that's something to think about. But I was going to say, to Mark's point about not having partnered streamers on there, let this be known, like, this isn't a conversation specifically to partnered streamers. Yes,
Yeah.
a partnered streamer has to start a team, but I have been on multiple teams in which they're started by a partnered streamer. They wanted to do something good, and they brought in people who are partnered or not. And I mean, the best example is the fact that when I joined about 3 months later, we brought on Rob and Dan, who's in the chat right now. It's a dual cast, and they just got partnered like 2 months ago. So they're the last team. Yeah, it was a huge deal. We've been pushing them.
That's
For a
awesome.
while. We thought for the longest time they made somebody at Twitch angry, and they were just like, nah, screw these guys. But they just had to keep grinding it out, and they finally hit it. I mean, like, I wasn't partnered when I joined Wick, and neither was, I think, Farrington Empire as well. And within, like, the amount of time that it's taken us to get here, we've all been partnered, and it's a lot of it is because we push each other. We push each other all the time, and that's part of what a team is. Rob and Dan pushes me as much as I push them. And that is an indication of a team, not just I got this many viewers. I got this many viewers.
Yeah.
Also, keep in mind that like the whole like Twitch partner thing, like that's only if you want to form a stream team through the Twitch's system, which is a whole like, not even fully developed feature. So it's like you could still form a team and be a team without like having the partner be able to create the team on Twitch. And I think on Mixer, I think anyone can create a team. So keep that in mind as well.
The actual team page functionality is relatively useless, I find, in all fairness.
It's just incredibly weak for everyone. And it's just a team on Twitch. A team on Twitch is more powerful in the sense of what you do with it rather than the actual, like, I am on Team.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. I would say, like, people, how many times do you get somebody who comes into your chat who asks what game you're playing? If they're not looking at what game you're playing, they're definitely not looking at what stream team you're on.
Like
I put it in the title. It's right underneath the player. You can literally see it too. I'm on the pause screen.
Yeah, nobody's reading the marksman. So.
No.
Yeah. So for Catalyst, our process, like we only have 5 members as well. And it's interesting because it's like, we have friends that have wanted to be on the team. We've gotten a lot of inquiries, but I think for us, like, we really make sure that their channel meshes with our channel, even if we're friends with them, like, we're buds with them, but it's like we still need to look at this, like, it still is like a business thing, right? So we still look at, like, we do look at numbers to make sure like they're in around our range, like we're not carrying them or they wouldn't carry us or anything like that. And really it comes down a lot to the community as well. Like, have they rated us and hosted us? Do they come by and say hi? Like, do they
Certainly.
like, cause a lot of times like we'll get requests and they're from people we know, but like I've never seen them in our channels at all. So
Yep. Yeah, that's the big thing as far as like bringing people on. It's just like you get those requests to be like, I'd love to like talk to you about joining the team. And it's like, okay, we're not really expanding right now, or if we are, we're really being very picky right now. So we'll talk to you in a month. Stick around to the team, get to know the team, and raid host, and it'll return to you whether you're on the team or not. It'll return to you, but you need to show your support to the team to show that you're in it for the team. And 9 times out of 10, admittedly, 9 times out of 10, guys, you don't see it.
Yeah,
they don't.
You don't
exactly.
And it's not a knock on their character or anything like that. It has nothing to do with like who they are. It's just like their priorities might not be exactly what you were looking for. That's okay.
Yeah. Or they may not realize how serious your team is.
It's a matter of inexperience a lot of the times. Like I totally had like the notion, like I think when I was much smaller, admittedly, like I sent a message to, I mean, it was like streams that I watched, but like wasn't member of community. You know what I mean? I've since become friends with this person, and it's funny at this point, but I remember sending like a message like regarding, like how does this work? You know what I mean? Like, inquiring, not being like, hey, can I be on your stream team?
Yeah.
But But you know, as tastefully as possible. But even you know, looking back on it, it's laughable to an extent, right? Because they had a very serious team, and like you know, I just had no idea what the extent was of their work, right? And the whole thing to me is just like very much so a process. Like all of broadcasting is such a learning process. There's so many things that like I'm still learning every single day, and you have to be open to that, and you have to be understanding that like the amount of work that people put in at this, like at the point where, you know, you are paying the bills with it, it's just like, it's extensive and it doesn't happen overnight. So you shouldn't ever feel dejected if you are not the right fit for a stream team that you look up to or want to join. You know what I mean? Like,
I think that's a good, like, a take-home point too, is like, if you're looking to join a team, like, make an effort to, like, you know, be a part of that community or part of those streams beforehand, because like if you want to be part of a team and you don't know them, like why would you want to be a part of that anyways, right? Like just because so think about like, you know, why these teams are formed, and if you're looking to join something, like make an effort or commitment to like actually like demonstrate that you're serious about it and not just like inquiring to someone random. And that just goes down to like networking 101, like be genuine. You know, all anyone wants is to just have these genuine connections, and that's how the team gets formed, is with people that you get along with and that you're close with. So like spend time in researching like what the teams are about if you are looking to join one.
I would say with that one is basically just always remember that just because you don't have the thing that says the Marksman, the flagship, Catalyst, WIK, whatever team, just because you don't have that little thing there, which again, we've already talked about the fact that it's not really that powerful. Just because you don't have that doesn't mean you're not part of the community and inherently the family of that team. There are so many casters that are in the WIK community. I could list a ton of them right now who are not members of the team, who are absolutely part of the stream community, and we support them. Like the best one I can think of, Smooth Hammer Gaming. Smooth Hammer Gaming is a really cool guy. He's a really wonderful guy. Farrington showed me him a year ago, and he's just always kind of circled around the community, and he's just like,
hey guys,
right? Like exactly, right? You like
I know that guy.
You know who he is. I know who he is.
Been doing it for 2 years.
Exactly. And the fact that he doesn't have the thing that says WIK on it, but he's a good dude and he's a good caster, he still gets support from us. So just because you don't need that little badge that says I am part of Black Team. Like,
and I think to this point and to the earlier point, as much as you need, people look at the formalization way too much. Whether or not you have a partnered broadcaster, like I have helped form a team that I abandoned because somebody asked me to, because they didn't have any partners who were going to be on the team. I'm not a big fan of that. I understand that direction though, just getting the formalization kind of done. But if you have a technically informal team that's just a group of people, and you're talking to each other and you decide that you want to be a team, and you simply create a basic website for yourself, you're already pretty much above most stream teams.
You did it! Congratulations! You have a new team.
You don't need the thing to click on. You need the spirit of being a team, the spirit of teammatitude. Yeah, that's the one. Of teammatitude.
Teammatitude. Somebody please get that domain right now. Thank you.
If you seriously get into WordPress and you just make a website for your informal team and nobody's partnered, you're already you're doing more than a lot of stream teams that are full of only partnered broadcasters have done.
Yep.
You can do this without any formal and official backing participation with the Twitch stuff at all. And you know what's even better than that? That allows you to cross between platforms. You want to have a team that's got people from Mixer? Hey, cool. Got a website? There you go. Done. That's not going to be clickable on Twitch's site. It's not going to be clickable on Mixer's site. You put it in your info panels. boom, that allows you to have the control. Step out of the boundaries of formality, and you can take a lot more control over your team and your stream in general.